Yeah, good afternoon. So let me ask you, have you completed the revision of today's topics or do you need more time? 15 minutes? Okay, fine. So no problem. So yeah, little is left. Fine. So 4 o'clock we will start. Okay. So you continue. In the meantime, anyone has any question from whatever we have done from the day one in Java to day 16, you can ask. I'm still waiting here. So around 4 o'clock, we'll start our work together. And after 4 o'clock, if you want me to revise a particular thing, whatever I said today, you can just tell me that this is the code sample you have not understood, not the whole code sample, the part of it. I can always take that revision for you. So continue working. I will disturb you directly at 4 o'clock. In between, please don't hesitate to ask any question. Let it be the simplest to complex question. Ask anything freely. Okay, so here I'm taking the first question, Kannad. Here, enum. When you talk about enum, if you remember, suppose, okay, let me answer it in a proper manner. I'll open that enum. So if you can take any enum. So here, what does an enum consist of? It consists of self-type constants. So long back, I had shown you the compiler generated code. So tell me, will you ever have any enum constants having the same name or the same ordinal position? Is it possible or not possible? Answer is it is not possible. So it is impossible to create two enum constants having the same name and the same ordinal position. So enum constants are considered as the singleton, single instance of a specific type. So whether you do it with the reference equality, double equal to, or whether you use equals, it is going to give you the same result. Understood my explanation? That way. Yeah, continue. Just-in-time compiler is part of the JVM architecture, Shubham. So that is basically, I've not yet explained that. When I take at the end of core Java, the JVM architecture in detail, I will show you the diagram. And just-in-time compiler is a part of JVM. I think I had given you the basic idea on the second day to improvise the runtime performance. But JIT compiler will discuss it once again, when I discuss the JVM architecture.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, Rohan.
I have question regarding Saturday set theory. Can I share
Okay.
my screen?
Yes, of course. Yeah, share. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, here it's you said that after 75% is full,
Mhm.
means for to avoid collision,
To reduce the
means
number of collisions. Yes.
to reduce the number of collisions, we increase the capacity. But means I'm
JVM,
not
JVM
getting it.
does that. Hmm.
I'm not getting how means the capacity is related to collision of hash values.
Okay. Okay. So, uh, Mohit, just a second. I'm in the middle of some other this thing. Later, I will check your code. Give me some time. So, yeah, Rohan, I'm answering you. So here, what happens is the answer is in the way the internal hash function is written. So, if you have got, I understood your question. So, can I share my screen and explain it?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
1 minute.
Yeah. Can you stop sharing? Okay. So, just a second. So the answer is in how the internal hash function has been written. So this is a little complicated answer, complex answer. So see how much, whatever you understand, it is good enough. So let me
Okay.
open hash set. This is a linked hash set. Let me open the example of a hash set. So I'm saying control click here. This is going to be little, like I said, little involved answer. So little bit of math is involved. So when you say hash set, this is the internal code I have opened. Okay. So hash set internally manages or keeps instance of a hash map, because both of them are what? Finally the hash table. So from hash set come to hash map. I'm control clicking on hash map. The complete description of what I've said is already mentioned here. The bucket based structures, bins and all that. Now, if you search here, there is a inner class, nested classes. So that inner
Yes.
class name is node. So statically nested class exists. Oh, this is not the one. There is a, okay. So here you will see there is a, this node class, I have shown you that the, in the bucket, the pointer to the head node is stored. So this is that node class, and that what is map.entry we'll discuss later. So ignore that. So hash set is nothing but maintaining internally hash map, and what all are the what do you say, contents of the node. It is a hash value, key value, and pointer to the next node.
Yes.
Understood me, Rohan, till now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so little bit is complicated, so only simple parts I'm explaining. Now, this hash is a result of the secondary hash function. So here, this is where the complex answers. I told you it is little complex. So I told you, not you, just everyone, that I had given as a simplification the internal hash function as modulo. But here, this is the actual hash function, internal hash function JVM provides.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so what it does is, whatever, see, listen, your original question was very interesting. You asked me if the data was stored in 16 buckets, 16 bins. So just by making the number of buckets 32, how does it help us in reducing the hash collisions? Was your question. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now what it does is this internal hash function actually makes the changes. See this, applies a transform that spreads the impact of higher bits to downward. Means whenever the hash function is changing, hash value is changing, the because of this shifting, this is a right shifting operator, right shifting by 16 times. So the changes are propagated to the lower bits. So even when the two what do you say, two keys or two references in a hash set are having different hash values, earlier there was a chance that they are part of the same bucket. But the moment you increase the double the initial capacity, because of this internal hash function, they are definitely separated in a larger number of buckets, which is what reduces the which is what reduces the chances of hash collision. See this, to incorporate the impact of higher bits, Otherwise, it would never be used to calculate the index. Index is nothing but a bucket ID. So if you read this internal formula, you will understand my statement clearly. Got some idea, Rohan?
Okay, means to reduce the internal hash collisions, we
No, no,
increase the
let me
size.
say it properly. The way internal hash function is written, the moment you have a change in the hash code value, that impact is brought from higher bits, most significant bits to lower significant bits. And the bucket, earlier bucket wasn't changing much because we were having 16 buckets. The
Yes.
moment you have 32, you have a larger chances of better separation. That is why there is a reduction in collision.
Okay, okay, understood, ma'am.
So that is little, like I told you, it is a little complex answer. So accordingly, you think about it.
Then, ma'am, the hash method we use hash code in which we created the we returned id dot hash code.
Mhm. Yeah.
Then what
So see
is
that here, that hash code method is called. Ours, see, I told you, it is a combination of two hashing functions. One hash code programmer supplies. And so see this, they have given the formula. Key dot hash code means that hash code, whatever you have supplied will be called, and that will be XORed with the hash code value right shifted by 16 bits. This is the total output of two hash functions. So
okay,
spend
understood,
some
ma'am.
time on that.
Understood.
Okay.
Understood.
Yeah. It is a combo of two hash functions basically. That is what guarantees the better separation, lesser. It tells you, read this, what is a paragraph, and you'll get it. Okay,
Okay.
that way.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. The number of buckets, yeah, number of buckets Vaibhav, are increasing, yes. And the way the whole impact is caused due to the specially written hash function. Mohad, I'm looking at your response. Let me just check this. No, Mohad, I'm talking to you. So I'm talking about your case 8. Okay. So in case 8, of course, you will get a concurrent modification exception because are you there, Mohad? Are you able to hear me? Okay, okay. So fine. So here, this is not required. This is creating a different list and all is not at all required. You remember I have shown you how to attach an iterator. So I'll just give you a clue. See if you can work it out. So instead of this for each loop, attach explicitly iterator. You can attach iterator to the collection. And that iterator has a remove method. So try that and it won't throw you any concurrent modification exception. So that is the solution. You understood me? Yeah, try it out. Otherwise, I can help you later. Case 9 is also not written correctly. Here, Amod, I'm continuing to help you in case 9 also. Here, the sorting is as per the key-based criteria. See, I told you sort as per the account number and account number is the key. So anytime you want to do the sorting, searching, retrieval, removal by the key, you don't have to convert it into the collection at all. So tell me, which is the name of the class which represents the sorted map? Which is the map which represents tree map? So just look at tree map constructors and you will get a solution in one line. You just have to copy the entries from hash map to tree map, and you will get the output automatically. So these are the clues. Work on it. Otherwise, whenever we discuss it with the rest of the class, I can help you further. Definitely try. Good going. Any question, any doubt? Anyone? Don't leave it to yourself. Ask it. get it resolved, either from the other lab faculties or from myself, anyone. As long as your doubts are getting cleared, it is good enough. In a hash map, key is used to create. Um, I'll rephrase your statement, Abhijit. Here, in hash map, whenever you are putting the entry or whenever you are retrieving the entry or removing the entry, JVM will internally call key classes hash code. If it comes from the hash code, it will derive the bucket ID. And if the bucket is non-empty, it will call the equals method. This is what I mean. Understood me, Abhijit? And if you want to, not just you, anyone wants to read the more details about hash map, if you check the today's help readmes, I have given a complete details. This is a very important readme. So I've talked about a lot of things. So hash code equals, and what happens when you call get method, what happens when you call put method, etc. So, and also have given you what are the modifications, what are the improvisations they have done from Java 8 onwards. So it is a excellent kind of a readme. Only thing is don't invest time now. In your free time, you can definitely go through that. Right now it is a lab time. So spend it on a hands-on manner, practical manner, solving exercises manner. Yeah, continue. Anytime you are ready, you can tell me. I'm just waiting for your response. The moment you say that we are ready to discuss or solve today's assignment or complete pending assignment, you let me. I can start the discussion anytime. I'm just waiting for you to finish your individual revision. Self-study is important.
Hello,
Yes, Srini, tell me.
ma'am. How to add student object in the tree set?
Add method.
Uh,
Add is
why
the method.
why this gives error?
No, you'll have to share the screen. How will I know what you're saying? Share
Yes,
your screen and then ask me the question. You want to
yes,
share
ma'am.
screen? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing. Class cast exception. Okay. So yeah, this one. Oh yeah, I understood. I read that. I read that. So open that code. Here, now listen to my questions correctly. When you use the default constructor of the tree set, is it going to use natural ordering or custom ordering?
Natural ordering.
Natural ordering. So when you say natural ordering, when you start adding the elements, which classes, which method it will try to call?
Comparable.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
comparable interface, compare to method. But
Compare to
which class has to implement the comparable interface?
student class.
And you have not done that. That is why it's the problem.
Yes,
So
yes,
open your student class, make student class comparable, override that compare to method.
yes, yes,
No, don't do it with me. I'm just giving you instructions so you can do it on your own. So
yes,
implement comparable of type student,
yes.
implement the method compare to,
Hmm.
give it as account number wise. You can do it account number wise. So if this dot account number is less than other account number, -1, 0 or 1, that way you arrange
Yes,
and
yes,
then
ma'am.
it will work. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
yeah,
Thank you.
continue.
Hello, ma'am. Can I screen share?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay. मैम आई हैव दिस टाइप ऑफ एरर जैसे मैं इसको रन करता हूँ
How?
व्हाई दिस शो
Selection does not have a main type. Give me the control. Ek minute, huh? I'll just take the control. Doesn't have the main method, or sometimes that can happen.
डन मैम
Yeah, I can see that. Wait a second. So here, you want to run this code, right?
यस मैम
Right click. I'm just checking. Run as Java application. Doesn't have the main type. You change some editor settings or something. Ek second. Huh?
आई हैव क्लोज ऑल प्रोजेक्ट
Ek second. Project closing, there's no connection. So 16.1 you want. So maybe, this is nothing to do with the code. This is something to do with the ID thing and all that. Doesn't have it. Just, I think you got Java SE 11. I think you opened it with some different editor. Java editor itself. This is fine. Looks okay. Just a second. Huh? There's something with your is also with the open editor. It has
15 day remaining
other
Okay.
day you had a problem, or today only you're getting a problem?
only today
Only today. So I think you have messed up something in the type. Let me just check. Let me write day 16.1. No? This Spring Explorer. Okay. This doesn't matter really, but this thing we use is perspective. We don't use as a this. We use as a Java perspective, right? Oh, sorry, it is Java perspective. I'm so sorry. I thought you have opened it as a Spring Explorer. Some ID settings has been garbled. Let me see run configurations if that is spoiled. So, hello world need main. You don't want to this, right? You want to run which one you want to run?
I'm day 16
Name. No. Name of the class. Project day 1 assignment.
text one
No. Which project you want to do this? Day 16.1, right? So this is the one. And here, which is the project? This one. No, it is Java 8. Okay. Let's see. Rounds. So I'll just do. Your wrong class name was wrong. It's not finding anything. Just a second. Day 16.1 is fine. Project name is fine. Select a project. Do this is okay. The name is missing. I don't remember the name of it. So what is the package name? Java 8 something.
Java
Right?
8
Date time, I guess, right?
yes ma'am yes
Not best one. Not still going for that hello world. There is a run configuration problem. Anyway, don't waste time. I'll create another one. A16 lab. I don't know exactly what mistake you have done. So I'm not wasting your time there at all. I'm just checking whether basically it is working or not. I think while importing or something, you have spoiled some configuration. So if I say local 8, no. Okay. So what else I just said? That I think you are spoiled while importing the project or something. I don't know exactly what you've done, but you have spoiled something in that. So let me
Okay.
just, because why should you should not waste time in such things ever. So this is your run test one dot Java. Yeah. Okay. So I'm now stopping. You have spoiled some settings in day 16.1. So I just copied it into other. Continue working.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. No, this is a very loose statement. You are saying, Garish, if some STS is hanging, it could be because of your RAM issue or something. So 3.9.16, 3.9.17 are the latest ones. So you don't need to upgrade. It's not because of version. It could be because of your RAM. I told you that today is the suggestion. Close the unnecessary projects. So it will start responding faster. Guys, can we start today's work? When we will get to know Eclipse ID, what kind of a question it is? I don't know what question it is. This one, Abhijit, I did not understand you at all. You have been using Eclipse ID from day one. So what is there to know is beyond me. So, okay, let me ask you this way. Does anyone want any help in what? Day 15 assignment? I'm waiting for the answer. Anyone requires any help in day 15 assignment? If I don't get a response, that means nobody requires it. So can I directly start discussing today's assignment? Please tell me. If you don't respond, I cannot proceed, guys. Nobody requires help for day 15. Everyone has completed day 15 assignment by now. Okay, so I'll start with a discussion on day 16. So here, I hope you have finished. I think I've given you 2:30. I think you have started. So around more, I mean, close to 2 hours you have spent in the revision. And even after this discussion, you can always continue with your revision, your choice. So there was a spelling mistake here. Okay. So what you have to do is now read on your own the complete assignment. So when I say complete assignment, there are along with the questions. So I'm giving you 2-3 minutes. Please read the complete problem statement and then we'll start discussing it. Waiting for 2 minutes. Read that fresh assignment. You let me know whenever you finish reading. I'll start discussing one by one. Rohit, I have shared this assignment with you. It is there in day 16 data. Have you not downloaded today's data? Have you downloaded today's data? It is already available with you. Okay, so you don't require. Nothing to be sorry about. Just open your own copy. And if I make any changes in this, I'll definitely share the later version. Currently, I have not made a single change. Okay, I'm waiting for your response. Have you all finished reading the assignment? Read it? Can I discuss? Okay, so you know, you have to read the complete problem statement in order to understand, in order to what do you say, start solving it. So tell me, what is the first step? You're going to create a new project, let's say day 16 lab. And which is the first class you will create? Tell me the step one. Customer class. Very right. A core class. So create some package whatever, com app CMS, customer management system. And then you can add the customer. I have given all the details. Can everyone comfortably create a customer plan? You can choose different plans as per the different registration amount. Everyone can manage this customer plan enum. I hope you remember you can create an enum as a nested type also. Don't create it as a nested type, create a separate enum, and there will be a relationship between customer has a plan. So that way, and you can manage this. I've given you some options. Date of birth should be with a local date and registration amount should be double. So tell me, everyone is clear as far as the data members are concerned? Which is the primary key? When will you say two customers are same? Their email ID is the same. So now tell me, in the customer class, what all will you add? And see, now this is the 16th day in Java. So I'm not going to give you in writing that this is all you add. I need to see your understanding. Yeah, directly, Sushant, you are jumping to toString. After adding the data members, okay, constructor, and then you can generate the toString. And setters, are you going to require? Yes, you are going to require a setter and of course a getter. Okay, so don't generate blindly all the things. Currently, constructor and toString is sufficient. Will you require simple date format for parsing and formatting? Of course not. We have shifted from older API to new API, so nothing of the thing is required. So can everyone manage the customer class? Okay, I'm going to discuss it, give you 10 minutes and then discuss the next thing. Now, if you see, there can be certain cases where will you require the custom exception. So here, can you create the custom exception such as customer handling exception and create it as your own class? Everyone? Okay, so I'm giving you 10 minutes. And what you have to give me is, first you will give me a customer class and then you will give me the custom exception class, namely, so I'll say 4.1, you give me that, and 4.2, customer handling exception. Okay, so I'm waiting here for 10 minutes. We are going to do it in a timely manner so that entire assignment can be solved. So tomorrow when we resume, you won't have any doubts, ambiguities and all that. Okay, start your work immediately. Those who have already finished, continue with the remaining things. Everyone comfortable? Everyone can manage it? You're getting 10 minutes. Finish it in 10 minutes, please. 4.1, 4.2. Done. Very good, Ankit. Okay, so I'll start parallelly writing since you are saying. So I'm just writing the part which I have discussed, nothing else, these two parts only. Yeah, so some of you are saying done. And those who have done it can, of course, go ahead and continue. I'm just making sure that everyone finishes it. Yeah, so let's create. I'll be uploading this at the end of the day, definitely. A16 lab. As much as possible, don't copy the code. Try to write it on your own. And here we are having a customer. Customer management system. Here, okay. So let's have this. Plan is the enum. So private plan. You can see your customer plan or payment plan, customer plan. It can be anything. So I'm having this here. Date of birth. Here you have registration. Let us create this enum here. So plan. And let's add these constants here. Okay. So that's your customer has a customer plan, has a relationship. Now, just let us add a constructor. You are taking everything from user. In the tester, we will have that, of course. For debugging, we are adding the toString. And later, you are saying you'll have getters and setters. Whenever we require, we will add. So initially, these two things are sufficient. And the next thing, as I said, we'll also add the customer handling exception. Yeah. And let it be a checked exception in form of extending from exception. And you know all of this. We will move the superclass constructor to initialize the error message. If you want to suppress this particular warning, you can say add suppress warnings annotation. So tell me, anyone wants me to wait, or have you completed it so far? If you see, this is your lab session, so I have to go by everyone's speed. I'm not waiting only for a couple of you. So anyone wants me to wait, just here tell me. Okay, Viraj, I'm waiting. Oh yeah, Avinash, I'm waiting. So you tell me, guys. Anytime you want me to proceed, I will proceed. Currently, I'm not in between. I'm not sharing the code. I want you to write it on your own. Towards the end, definitely I'll share entire code. You finish it. I've not added the getters, setters also. Those who are telling me to wait, please tell me whenever you have done. Okay, Avinash has done it. Viraj, we are waiting for you. Anytime you finish, do let us know. Any more of you want me to wait? Tell me. Nobody's judging you here. But after you finish, do let us know so we don't have to waste time. Done? Okay, great. Any more, any of you further want me to wait? You'll have to tell me explicitly to wait, and I'll definitely wait for you. So I think people have finished. People have done it. Very good. So now let us read the next part of the requirement. Okay. So you are, see this. The customer class is done. Exception class is ready. So here I have not given you any validation rules. Our focus is today on hash map. You know that. So where are you going to add all these options? In which layer? In which class? Which is the class you will use to show these options to the user? Where will you write? What tester class, of course. And later, if we require something like collection utils and all, we'll definitely add. You will require, you'll write a method, validate user, authenticate user, etc. All those things will come. So currently, I take it that everyone has completed customer class. Customer has a customer plan, that is enum and exception. So now I'll give you 2 minutes, okay, 5 minutes. Write the basic form of a tester. Understand what I'm saying? Don't confuse. Here, are you going to solve the options? I'm not saying. The bare skeleton means outermost block should be try with resources. Open the scanner and then inside Boolean exit and create an empty hash map. Oh, sorry, we have to talk about that. See, we are going to store the customer details in a hash map because today is the topic of hash map. Anyone wants to tell me what will be the generic type of the map? What will be the key type and what will be the value type? Because you'll have to start with the empty map. Yes, please. Yeah. So email is the key. But what is that key type? Email is what type? String. So your type will be string comma customer. Okay. So now I'm giving you 5 minutes. You give me the empty tester. When I say empty, it should have the skeleton code, template code. Outermost, try with resources. Inside, you create an empty hash map. We'll start with an empty hash map. And then you have that while not exit, try and catch, and switch casing. Understood what I said? Waiting here for 5 minutes, complete that. And then we'll start discussing case by case and complete the assignment. Waiting here for 5. Best, I'll say customer management system. For tester with skeleton code. You know what I mean by that. Don't start solving the options that we will do together. I'm giving you 5 minutes, so only give me this. Very good, guys. I'll just wait for another minute or two and I'll write it. In the meantime, you can always go ahead and start thinking about the options. So I'm writing parallelly. You complete on your own. You don't have to refer to what I'm doing. Packages. This is giving you, hopefully giving you a lot of practice before I take you to enterprise Java, that is web programming in Java. Create outside the scanner. Inside, initially I'm starting with an empty hash map. Soon I'm going to tell you to use the create a populated map and all that. So create empty map. Here it is. Yeah, I got a lag. Right. I get sometimes the net connection problem here. So here, customer. Let's see here. Something. Give suitable variable name. And since it is a classroom style example, default constructor is sufficient. If you are using it in a corporate environment, industry grade environment, you can start with a larger capacity. So larger capacity means larger number of buckets to distribute your customer details, to distribute your key and a value pairs. So current capacity is 16, sufficient for a classroom example. Then you can start with exit flag, false. Always, mention. So you'll remember it. Initial capacity is 16. Same thing we have learned already. And the load factor of equal to 0.75 float. Then you can have the loop. While not, sorry. While not exit. These are your options. Options is register customer. Customer registration and login is what we are doing. And I had not given one. I think I have given, just a second now. Have I given any display? Yeah, display registered customer details. So we will take this option also. So it is actually written as 5. I'll change it to 2. Display registered. This is a debugging kind of a thing. I just shifted the option sequence, and then we will have user login or customer login. And let's have some option as 100 as exit. You can choose. This is all the skeleton code I'm still writing. Choose. I'm saying asking the user to choose an option. And then you have the inner try catch block. So that if there are any exceptions in a particular case, in a particular option, that should not abort your code. Since we are debugging, print stack trace is better. I don't want that indefinite loop via pending inputs. So clear of the pending inputs, and innermost you add the switch case. So this is what I wanted you to complete. So tell me, you want zip till this stage, or are you managing on your own good? Anyone wants? Tell me without hesitation. Once again, I'm saying nobody judging you here. Because after this, the actual work is going to begin. Till now, it was just a warm-up. But if you have done it on your own, then I don't need to share anything. Anyone needs zip file? Tell me without hesitation. You need this one? Okay, I'll create a zip file. Give me a second. Wait a second. I will do that. Day 16 lab. Back to archive. Only my request to you is don't copy paste the code. Just refer to it and try to do it in your own manner. Otherwise, it will not help you ever. So I'm sending you day 16 lab zip and waiting here for 2 minutes. You tell me if whenever you complete, and then we will start one by one requirements. First is, of course, register customer. You let me know whenever you complete, and then some of you had not completed, it looks like. So I'm waiting in general. Avinash, just now, I have sent you the zip. You still want to see? I can still open it for you, not an issue. This is that. But I don't know where exactly you are stuck or not complete. So sent you the whole zip. Need to verify. Yeah, done. Okay, great. Okay, so can we start discussing the user registration? Wait, fine. Komal, you tell me whenever you are done. In this manner, you just have to tell me to wait. I'll definitely wait for each and every one of you.
मॅम ती झिप फाईल ओपन होत नाहीये, परत सेंड करता का मॅम?
Okay, I'll send it again. No problem. Oh, sorry. Day 16 lab I have done this. आता चेक कर, बघ आता होतीये का ओपन?
हा
Okay, so I think I have waited sufficiently. So let us discuss it. And again, I'm going to give you time. I'm not going to write the code. You are going to write the code and then I'm going to join you. So now pause your coding, please. Stop your coding and tell me when user wants to, when user chooses this option, register new customer. So tell me, are you going, okay, you tell me, how will you proceed? What will be the inputs you will be taking from user? Anyone wants to answer that? Which inputs, please? Will you take all the inputs, only one input and all that? Okay, so let me ask you, listen to the question correctly. Wait a second. See, if you open our customer constructor, there are something like 5-6 inputs. Let me count. 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you going to accept all 6 or only the primary key? Guys, only the primary key. See, I can write it in any manner. It will still produce the result. Better approach we are talking about. If the email is a duplicate email, would you like to override the earlier customer details or would you like to throw the exception? Of course, you'll have to raise the exception here. So here my suggestion is, I'm just suggesting. So here, I'm giving you here. So of course, you first go for email input, validate. So for validation, which is the method you will use from the map? When I say validate, you don't have to write a function. You can just, yes, Ashutosh, you're right. So here you can use the method contains key. Very similar to what I had shown. And in case of a problem, throw the exception, throw the custom exception. Otherwise, if the control comes this, then accept remaining inputs and add the entry in the map. So tell me, when I say add the entry in the map, which method will you use for adding the entry in the map? Put is the correct answer. So only 2 APIs you are using here. One is contains key and one is put. 100% of you are clear? Everyone is clear? Okay, so now try this out. I'll wait here for 5-6 minutes. Once you majority finishes it, I'll join. In the meantime, when I'm still waiting, anyone wants to share the screen, anyone wants to show any compiler error, any error, feel free. So Saurabh, you have got only one part done. Where is the other part? If it is already there, then throw the exception, but the rest of the thing you have not done. So if there is not a duplicate email, you have to accept the other parts and register the user. So finish that part also. You understood me, Saurabh? Okay, continue then. Then the first part. The case one, Prashant, you mean registration is over? Okay, you can try login. I'm just waiting for another 2 minutes and then I'm going to join. You can think about login. Done. Okay. So guys, I think I can start solving it now. So I've already discussed everything. So here, this is what the first case is, user registration or customer registration. I hope majority of, okay, very good. Those who have done it, just confirm once with whether you have done it in the correct manner. So here you start by accepting the primary key. And you can definitely write a method for that. Currently, I'm writing it here. straightforward implementation. There is hardly anything which can go wrong here. So new some message. If it comes here, then it implies new email. And then you can ask for the remaining details. Enter. Let's have that. Email is already done. Plan this and registration amount. And you can directly put it. So customer map dot, there's no need to call put if absent because you have already checked whether the key exists or not. So directly use the put method. Email is the key and new customer. So start with email. Sorry, first is the name. So sc.next. Then is the email. Then is the password. Then is the plan. So you can use that enum plan dot value of, or you can use your import static. Whatever way you have understood is good enough for me. Local date dot parse. The thing is, give a suggestion to the user. We are not using date time formatter, so year, month, and day, and that too with a 0 prefix. You'll have to supply. User will have to supply, and the registration amount is double. Okay. And then you can give a message. Okay, so this is what we talked about. Contains key followed by put method. Everyone clear? Has everyone completed or anyone wants me to wait? You just tell me that you need to wait, you need me to wait, I'll wait. Okay, I'll wait, no problem. So finish it and then we'll discuss the customer login part or displaying that part, whatever. I mean, next, any new thing we'll discuss. You first finish the registration part. When I take you to advanced Java, we will start the first topic in advanced Java. I take it as databases. So you already know MySQL. I'll just show you the Java, how using Java we are going to connect to it. JDBC basically, Java database connectivity. And that is where we will replace all these collections and all that by the database tables. It will be extremely interesting. And then we will have the web forms and HTML for everything, client, server, distributed application and all. Some of you had asked me to wait. So when you finish, you tell me that you have done it. Line number 31, email is missing. Line number 31. Yeah, email is not missing. It is already given. We have already accepted and used it also. Understood me, Viraj? Okay. We've already validated it and then only we are going ahead. Okay. Can I? I didn't understand you, Abhijit. Can I get put method in chat box means what? Line number 32 to 34. I'll send you the Esther. That customer management system. I'm sending you. A16 lab, SRC, tester, this. So check wherever you are having a problem. Plan dot value of Nilesh, that is your customer plan, enum. You remember enum has methods, compiler generated method value of. So revise enums, we have spent a lot of time on that. So that value of method takes in the name of the constant. I'm uppercasing it. So this is a parser functionality, parsing functionality, which will take the name of the plan and convert it into the enum constant. Understood me, Nilesh? Otherwise, if user doesn't know, user will give the, suppose user gives the lowercase value, lowercase name of bold. I don't want to throw the exception. So I'm not giving it, I'm not relying on user. Let user give it in the uppercase, lowercase. I'm always uppercasing it so that it will match with my enum constants. This is what we have always done as a little bit of caution. Understood, Nilesh? Enum constants are all uppercase. That is why the reason. That is what is the reason. Don't uppercase it and pass it as lowercase silver. You will get illegal argument exception. It has to actually match the case. All constants in Java typically are written as all uppercase. Okay, guys, can we proceed to login? Otherwise, we'll never complete anything. Nobody wants me to wait? Okay. As usual, I'm going to discuss it and going to give you time. So listen to the statement. Please stop coding. Whatever you are doing, stop it. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll miss all the instructions and again you'll have a confusion. So here, now check these two things. One is login and one is changing password. So tell me, in both the cases, which is the common logic you are going to require? In case 2 and case 3, option 2 and option 3. Oh, sorry. My mistake. I take it back. Sorry. We are going to do this first. Display registered customer details. Tell me, how will you solve? My mistake, my bad. I forgot that we added this option first. Anyone wants to tell me, how will I display all the registered customer details? You didn't understand. All the, not one. Display all registered customer details. Yes, you will have to convert it to collection. Why? Because can you attach an iterator? Can you attach a for loop, for each loop to the map? Answer is no. So solve this first. Here, what are the hints? So here I'm giving you the hint. Convert the map into collection view. What are the options here? One option is key set, other option is values, and the third option which I have not yet discussed is entry set. Tell me, what will key set return? Set of keys. What will values method return? Collection of value type of references. And what will entry set method return? Set of entries. So anyone wants to tell me which one is the suitable one? Which is the one you will use? Values, because you don't want the email IDs. So get rid of that. You don't want email and customer. You require only the customer details. So this is sufficient. And once you have this, what it returns you is the collection interface of type customer. Is it iterable? Yes. So then you attach a for each and display the customer details. Everyone understood what I'm saying? Is the statement clear? Okay, do it. This will require only 2-3 minutes. So I'm giving you, okay, 5 minutes for this. So that, you can test it the moment you write some things. So solve it. Display all the user details. I mean, whatever are registered customers, display it. No input is required. Done? Very good. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. Those who have done it, now go ahead and ask your question. What is commonality you require, etc. You start thinking about the next one. Unreachable code error coming in case 1. I don't know what code you have written, Shubham. So you'll have to share your screen. Want to share your screen? Yeah, somewhere closing, opening must have done. So if you want my help, you have to share the screen. Shubham. Do you want to share your screen? Okay, you are checking. Fine. Very good. Try it yourself. If you can't, then and anyway, I have sent you the whole tester, that customer management system. You can check it against that. Okay, people are saying they have done it. Yeah, I can see more and more people. So let me also do it. Display registered customer details is what we are solving. Okay. And here, you can't attach this to the map, but you can convert the map into the collection. And that method is customer map dot values. And just take the cursor over that and you read, returns the collection view of the values contained in the map. So it is going to extract bucket by bucket it will trace it through all the buckets. This will definitely run in ON manner, that is variable time performance manner. And all you have to do is SOPC. Check it. If something is not clear, I've written only 2 cases. Testing part, I'm leaving it to you. I'm just helping you to solve the assignment. Testing, you can do it rigorously. Anyone wants me to wait? Can we continue to log in? Okay, people are saying done. Okay, so let us discuss the login part. And again, then I'll give you some longer time. So I was asking you, if you check, please pause your coding so you can understand my discussion. So here, What is common functionality you will require between login and change password? No, you did not get my question. I said, of course, in both the cases, you are accepting email, password and all that, which is the functionality. Functionality is the authentication. Are you getting it? See, I'm going to take your security and all that, but in the advanced Java part. So there are, when you talk about securing web applications and all, there is a authentication, authorization, and data confidentiality. So forget about security so fast. So here in customer login also, you have to authenticate whether there is a customer record with this email and password. And before you allow changing the password, like your profile, you will have to first validate the user. And then if in case of validated login, in case of correct authentication, then only changing the password. So did you understand? So which is the common functionality which you will require in both the cases is customer validation. Clear or not clear? Okay. So now tell me, would you like to write this customer authentication logic twice? Or would you like to refactor it in the method and call it that way? Of course, refactoring it in the method is a good idea. Okay. So now, see, I'm discussing everything verbally. So now I'll focus on the first one. So here, my hint is, my suggestion is, create another class. Let's call it as collection utils. Okay. Create it as a separate class. And here you add a static method. For which purpose? Always you should, guys, you design the thing first. Now you have started thinking in your project phase. So project means what? You are going to take up some title, some project topic, and you are going to decide that these are the services I want to offer to my users, right? So first identify those services. Same thinking will help you in creating your projects. So here I'm trying to inculcate those things. So add a static method for user. User means customer login, user login. So I will help you with partial thing. You have to do some things. So what will be the return type? I'll give you the method name. You can say authenticate customer, and you are going to tell me 3 things. So this is all fill in the blanks type. Okay. So anyone wants to answer? Where are you going to write this method? My suggestion is write it in a separate class, because the same method you are going to require for option 2, I mean customer login option, as well as change password. So anyone wants to tell me what is the return type of this method you'll like? First, you always think about what is to be done, which is method declaration specification, and then you worry about method definition. Any suggestions for me? Boolean. Okay, a better answer is customer. Guys, Boolean will simply tell you true or false. But in case of a valid login, sorry, I want to display the successful login message along with customer details. So if I were you, I will not return a Boolean. I will return the validated customer, because that is going to represent that this particular, it is like a finder by email and password, nothing but that. Anyone wants to tell me? Okay, before I ask you what will be the inputs, who will be calling this method? Which class will call this method? Himanshu, you are partially right, partially wrong. But first tell me who will call this method. Which class will call this method? Tester class, very right. So now tell me, what will be the inputs? Yes, please. What will be the inputs to this method? Don't say string and okay. Still, Himanshu, you are still not getting it. Anyway, help him. Okay. So only email and password is right or wrong. Somebody to give me the correct answer. Here you will have to pass email, password, and the map. Guys, how can you simply say email? From email, you can just find out a customer whose email ID is correct. Then you'll have to validate the password, check if the password is correct, and the whole data is in the map. Okay, so you'll have to do that. So here, now tell me, which will be the first method you will use? I'm just giving you hints, enough hints so that everyone can manage it. So tell me, which is the map API you will use? Contains key is not required. Contains key is giving you only true or false. Get is the correct answer. So what will be the argument to the get method? Email. If get method returns null, what does it mean? In our case, what will it mean? Valid login or invalid login? Invalid login because the email ID is wrong. Are you understanding me? So get method, if returns null, this implies invalid email. So what will you do in this case? Throw the exception and story over. Now, suppose the control comes to the next line. What does it mean? Does it mean that login is successful, or do you have to check further? Wrong answer, Prashant. You have to check further. What is the only thing you have checked first so far? Email. But you have not checked the password at all. So anyone wants to tell me, how will you validate? How will you check whether the password is correct or not? Simple question I'm asking. Guys, what does this return? Okay, somebody's answering. A getter, absolutely correct. So here, this get method returns you the either null or it returns you not null. Get method, and not null means customer reference. Okay, so this is the customer reference whose email ID is validated. So here you'll require a getter. So you'll require get password. And how will you compare? So this password will have to be tested with this. So what will you use? Double equal to or equals or compare to? Equals method. Absolutely correct. So here, please don't make the fatal mistake and double equal to it. You'll get wrong answer. Equals. And if both are then correct, then you can say valid or throw the exception. Which exception you will throw? I mean, what will be the error message? Invalid login, fine. But invalid password or invalid email? Invalid password. So that is it. And you call this method from the tester and show me the code. I'll wait here for 10 minutes. Has everyone understood the discussion? You just have to call this method from the tester and you can do it. I'm waiting here for 10 minutes. Finish it. You'll have, of course, your throws clause and all that. All that I'm not writing. Throws this custom exception. Do it. Anyone who has not understood it, without hesitation, ask me the doubt. I'm ready to solve it 10 times till you get satisfied. But if you don't ask me a question, I will never know where you are lost.
मॅम शेअर करू का मी ते नाही
हा
होत
बोल
आहे
ना, कर ना.
नाही.
ते अनरिचेबल येत आहे ना तुला?
येस मॅम.
दाखव.
मॅम करून पाहिलं थोडं चेक वगैरे पण ते नाही होत आहे. हे
लाईन नंबर 24 ला सेमिकोलन टाकलास त्यामुळे तिथे ते स्टेटमेंट क्लोज झालं. लाईन नंबर 24 चा सेमिकोलन काढ. इफ कंडिशन मध्ये जातच नाही येतो. हा झालं, दॅट इज ऑल.
ओके ओके ओके
ओके,
समजलं.
कंटिन्यू. Done. Very good, Mohan. I hope you have refactored it into method and you're calling it from the tester. Very good, Ashutosh. I'll just wait for 2 more minutes and I will write it. If you have written this, you can go ahead, proceed and use the same API, that authenticate customer API, in change password also. Very good, Nimish. So let me start writing. If you want to write it on your own, don't refer to what I'm saying. So I hope case 3 is customer login. Yes. Everyone knows. Later we will have a login form and all that. And here we'll simply call the method. Done. Very good, Pushkaraj. So here, let's say I'm yet to write a method. Authenticate customer, authenticate user, authenticate customer, anything. And here, sc.next, sc.next, that is email password and the customer map. Okay. So, and this is going to return you, if all goes well, if there is a complete success, email and password this, it is going to return us the customer, authenticated customer. We have yet to write it, you know that. And here you can say login successful and your details. This is what is the thing. Sorry, let's see. Of course, this will not work because we have yet to write a method. So this is what we are going to write, or this is what you must have already started writing. Oh, I forgot break. If you forget break, it will just fall through this case and it will terminate. So now let me create a class here. SRC. Utils. Oh, collection utils. I started writing something else. Collection utils. And here, let's add a method. That is login, authentication. And here we are passing the email ID, password, user supplied, and the map, which is our hash map. Okay. So let's do with the first email validation. Since email is the primary key of the map, which is the method we can use is in goes the key and out comes the value. So first step is email validation. First, I'll say return null. So that why I do such tricks is it will stop giving me compiler error. Later we will replace it. Don't worry, don't get confused. So let's have the customer cust as, you can see I don't have to override equals. I don't have to add the additional constructors. The map API is so powerful. So here map.get, in goes the key. As I was explaining it to somebody, I forgot the name, that if you say get method doesn't use the K type of reference, it uses the object type of reference, because this get method is internally going to call hash code followed by equals. And hash code and equals method are part of your object class. That is why it says object. But actually speaking, it is going to call the hash code and equals on the key type currently, which is string. But string is an object, so everything works. Now, so here I have to check if customer equal to null. What does it mean? Valid email or invalid email? If the customer is null, it of course means the invalid email. So throw the exception. So new customer handling exception, and you can say invalid login, and reason you give it as invalid email. You can elaborate the error message. Okay, and since it is not handling the exception, add it in the throws clause. We will handle it in the one place, centralized error handling. Here it implies email is valid. So now check the password, right? So here, so this is where you'll require the getter. Have I added a getter here? No, I have not added. I told you blindly. I mean, you can generate the getters and setters and keep it ready, or generate it as per demand. So source getters, and here whatever I'm requiring, only that much I'm generating. Okay, when I take you to some additional patterns such as Pojo and Java Beans and all, we will speak differently. That is in advanced Java. So now I just have to check what are the two passwords I have to match. The customer, that is, this is the record from the database. It's not a database, from the map. So here I can check if the password from that customer is equal to supplied password, which is PWD. So I can say if not, then throw the other exception, invalid password. So I hope you have written a similar logic. So here, check this. First, I'm trying to get the record, find the customer by the email. Since email is the primary key, I can use the ready-made API get. If it is null, that means, of course, the email ID doesn't exist. So invalid login using invalid email. If the password is not matching, customer.get password is not equal to this, then you throw the exception saying invalid password. If the control reaches here, that means email is also valid, password is also matching. Return the validated customer reference to the caller. So this is what we are going to, this is what we discussed. Is the code clear, guys? I'll keep it under the code. Is the method clear completely? All of you? Nobody's confused, right? So now looking at time, see, you have to do some things on your own. So, generally I leave the session in 2 hours because then you require some time for self-study, some time you require for solving it on your own. But before myself logging off, I'm going to discuss the remaining assignment, remaining part, and then only tester. Yes, I'll show you the tester. This is giving the error because I've not done the import static yet. So let me add that import static. Utils. Just a second, Saurabh. I'll show you in a minute. Yeah. So in the tester, this was the logic. This tester is very light, very clean. All it is going to call is the method. And if there are no exceptions thrown, control will automatically come to the next line and login successful message, and the customer details will be printed. Otherwise, the inner try catch block will be aborting. Through this, you will see the error message. If there are any pending inputs, currently there are none, that will be all read off and the control will continue. Got it, Saurabh? Okay, so now what I'm requesting you all is, please stop your coding and allow me to discuss in next 5-10 minutes the remaining things, because these things you are going to try on your own. So very easy one now. So read this option of change password, and anyone wants to tell me how will you proceed. I'm discussing the entire thing in a verbal manner, and I'm leaving the session then, but not before discussion. Anyone? So what are the inputs you'll be taking from user? Email and the password, existing password, and then you are also accepting a new password. So anyone wants to tell me what is it first you will call? How will you proceed? Of course, authenticate. So that is why I'll be sharing this modified lab instructions at the end of the day. So first is authenticate. Now you realize why we refactored it into method, because it's a common functionality. So authenticate user, authenticate customer, whatever method you have done. And after the user is authenticated, in case of a success, tell me, how will you change the password? Which method will you use for this? Setter. So all you will have to do is set password. Okay, you'll have to use the setter for password. Tell me, can everyone visualize it? Everyone can understand this? Very good. I'll share this and the currently done project with you before I log off. So now go to the next one. Unsubscribe customer. I'm only taking email. I'm not doing the validation here. So user has sent me the mail to the administrator with the email ID that I want to unsubscribe. Which method will you use? Of course, you're right, remove. Do you have to convert it into collection view? Of course not. I'm removing by the key. And any operation, anytime you want to do with the key, there is already a help. So hint is using map.remove. And the key is nothing but your email ID. And what will remove method return in case of an invalid email? How will you know? Of course, you're right. It is null. So you'll do the null checking. If it is null, that means no such entry exists. So you will throw the exception. Otherwise, the remove method will remove the key and the value. And you can give me a message that this particular customer details are removed. Tell me openly, honestly, can everyone finish it? Has everyone understood it? Any one of you, whoever is logged in 200 plus, if you have a question, ask me now. You see this? So this finishes your CRUD operation. Create, register customer, retrieve that login. Change password is updating the state, and this was your deletion. So CRUD operations are the easiest ones. We have already solved this. So I'm not discussing it again. So tell me now. Yes. So here, I want to hear, how will you solve? Can you solve it using the map API, or do you have to convert it into collection view? I think everyone gets it. Why? Because you are right. Why? Because here you are searching by what? Search criteria is a key-based criteria or value-based criteria? It's a value-based criteria. Are you getting it? So I'm giving you the hints. So you'll have to definitely convert the map into a collection view, which is the method you will use for this is values. And then you can attach your for each and check the look for a particular plan. User is going to give you the plan, but that will be in the string. So you'll have to parse it into enum. All those things I'm not saying. Again, I'm waiting here for a minute or so. Tell me, can you visualize? And in for each, you will be filtering. Filtering means you'll be checking. Is there a customer plan matching with same as this plan? And then if it is matching, if it is filtered, display it. Has everyone understood it? Openly, you have to tell me. If you ask me a doubt, I can solve. If you don't ask me the question, I can't help you. Okay. So now the last one or any more one? No, sorting I've not asked you. I could not finish the sorting in the morning. Anyway, so now here, last one we are discussing. Senior citizen. So among the customers, there could be customers who are senior citizens. So I'm saying, senior citizen is the customer having the age greater than 60. So answer the few questions. So will you require any input? No, I have already said senior citizen. So no inputs. No inputs are required from the user. Tell me, can you solve it sitting in the map or do you need to convert it? You'll have to convert it. Why? Because you are searching by the age. Okay, and age is not the key. You can have two customers with the same age, right? So how can that is not a key? So the first part is the same. So here is your hint. And that hint is, map to collection. And now you can attach the same values method and then you can attach your for each. Sorry. But now the key question is, how are you going to find out the age of a user? Age in years. Age is, if it is greater than 60 years, we will mark him as a senior citizen. Okay, so here, yes. But guys, it is not a subtraction. It is not a subtraction. See, the plus year 60, no. Plus year 60 will give you, Avidash, the date after 60. So that is wrong thing. So here, I'm again just giving you the hint. Please open. Open what? Open your local date. Actually, don't open the local date. There is a class called as period. Open for a, this is I have not taken. I know that. That is why I'm spending time. So java.time.period. Okay. So look for the class java.time.period. Rohit, focus on the things which I'm saying. Try it out. And then you try out your way also and show me whether your way worked at all. I did not understand what you said. So here, look for a period class and there is a method called as between. And here, this between method is taking two local dates. So that is start date and the end date. So what will be the start date? You want to compute the period between which two? What will be the start date and what will be the end date, guys? DOB and now. Okay. So now you got the period and we are in the period class. There is a method get years. Isn't it so easy? Could you have done this with a classic? Classic means ancient Java API before Java 7, Java 8? Of course, yes. But it used to be very tedious. Here it will be one-liner. So again, as usual, I'm giving you the clues. So you just have to use the static method period between the DOB and the current date, which is now. And then you just have to use the method get years. If the number of years passed between date of birth and now, if it is greater than 60, it is a senior citizen. Display his or her details. Otherwise, skip it. So I'll just mention here as a hint. and that is where I log off. So API hint. So which is the API you are going to use? Java.time.period. Which is the method name you are going to use? Between. And once you get the period between these two dates, then you can use the method get years. Is it get year or get years? I forgot. It is get years. Yeah. And you will get it. And then it becomes easy to compute to find out whether a person is a senior citizen or not. Are we sufficiently clear? Everyone has understood the API. Okay, so I'll be uploading. I'll create this thing day 16 lab data in a minute, and I'll give you the modified lab sequence where there are hints and whatever is the project I have completed. I request you all to try completing all the things so that tomorrow, before you meet me again, you will be sufficiently confident that you can manage the basic CRUD operations and searching. So the only thing which will remain is sorting in maps. So that I will cover, and then we'll proceed to lambda expressions and Java and further new features. Is everyone confident in solving all the things? No questions? Okay, so that will be all from my side. In 2 minutes, I'll upload another zip file, day 16 lab data. You can refer to that. That will be all. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow. You are all more than welcome.